told you guys I was a gamer. Anyways, I'm gonna do something different today because the videos yesterday were, or the video I posted yesterday was really slow, really boring, really slow. So instead of trying to edit a million different things together, because also keep in mind, I don't have any of the gear. I have a camera from like a million years ago, and it's actually a very nice camera. I'm not doing it any justice, but it's an Olympus OMD. I don't know. Anyway, I don't have an audio recorder, and I got this new phone though, which is awesome, and the I can actually see myself while I'm taking video, which is cool. So I'm gonna do this like a classic YouTuber style, and I am just gonna be in the corner and watch the video with you, and hopefully that's more entertaining. So let's start. Oh yeah. So last time we left off, these panels, I was cutting the pieces to approximate width to put onto the panels, right? Um, and you'll see why in the next step. It all makes sense. But oh my gosh, this is as fast as I could make this time lapse go because I took these all in regular video, right? And and it only gave me up to 1,000% in Adobe Rush. That's the editing program I'm using. It's Adobe Rush. But yeah, it only let me go 10 times speed, which just isn't enough for this stuff. And I can't decide. I don't know if I'm ready to like start editing whole chunks out of the video. I missed some here and there, but that's not such a big deal. But I like kind of like the idea of making these videos all about, I don't know, what it actually is, you know? Like it's not some like super glammy Mr. Build It stuff. His channel's great. I like his channel, by the way. Um, can't say anything about the dude, but his videos are very nice. These are my sweet dance moves. I believe you've seen these. Um, however, oh, that's my birdhouse. Do you guys like that birdhouse? It's like super modern. It's in all these pics. In the future, I promise, I am going to clean my studio. Okay, but guys, real quick. I'm gonna pause this video for a sec. Real quick, you guys. I'm building a garage in like 3 weeks. So I got this guy. He's my friend. He's a big angry German dude named Phil. He's gonna come pour the footings in the slab, and then Miranda and I are gonna build a garage. It's gonna be sweet. That's all I have to say. Anyway, resume. But once I'm in that space, the reason I told you that is because I'm gonna actually set up like a proper studio. So I'll have like a real wood shop, and there'll be a place for everything. And I'm gonna be like super invested in it. So I'm gonna make it nice, and I'm gonna clean it, and you're gonna love it, and I'm gonna love it. Everything's gonna be great. But until then, you're in the basement with me on a camera I don't know how to use, while I spend half my time looking at Instagram and half my time cutting 10,000 pieces of wood. So this is actually what's that? Fuck you. That's what I have to say to everybody who thinks this is too boring. So I'm definitely when I watch that first video, I'm like definitely too self-derogatory. I mean, I'm like I derog myself all the time in real life. So that's not going to change, but I feel like I'm so uncomfortable in front of a camera still that I don't even like I'm a different person. I don't know this person yet. I'm kind of exploring this person right now. There's the camera. Hello. Hello. And yes, the oh wow, what was that? So, what's going on over here? So, what do you guys think? Well, I guess I'll ask you. I should ask you this at the end, but screw that. I'm gonna ask you now. Do you think I should just I should find a way to speed up the time lapses in future videos? I think the answer is yes, but I need a camera in order to do it. I'm thinking about getting a GoPro, but I'm not gonna jump the gun on that until I've done like at least 10 or 15 videos, and I know that I want to keep making videos. Pretty sure that I will. I definitely will. But we're still gonna be careful, you know. You never know. Anyway, I'm really so I guess I wanted to talk to you guys about oh, look at that. I'm sanding the pieces now. So normally I route pieces, but because there's so many on this little project, there's not really that many, but I just wanted to try something new. Instead of actually routing the edges, and the smallest router bit that I have is an 1/8 inch roundover for these pieces. And I didn't want to go through all that. It's a lot. This oak, some of these pieces are really brittle. They kind of explode. So instead, I like to hand sand them. But hand sanding takes forever, and it makes a whole bunch of dust. And guys, dust in the basement is brutal. It's brutal. I have really bad allergies, so I don't know. I could be way better at dust collecting. I love you. I love you. Please watch my videos more. But yeah, that's so I hooked up this super cheap belt sander, and I duct taped or masking taped the dust collector to it, and I'm sanding all of the edges this way. And if I do all four corners of every piece, then I can decide de facto whether I'm going to use one side or the other when I'm laying out the panels. You know, it's kind of, it is what it is. Sometimes, because I did choose a side, and some sides are like have blade marks and some have plain marks, but I tried to get everything on both sides. I didn't want to take off too much thickness because then they get so thin that the actual bond, when you put them and glue them onto the panels in the later down the road, uh, they get all wonky and stuff. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. So anyway, in this frame, you can see this. It's a cabinet, um, but it was the piece with all the patterns on it and the triangles and stuff. And I'm not quite done with it, but I'm not sure if that piece I'm going to make a video out of, because it's a challenge. And I talked about how I wanted to make artwork on YouTube, and I really do, but there is this mental hurdle to come over, which is that like my art is mine. And just like I hate people telling me what to do, I also am really scared of the idea of showing people how I make my stuff because they're going to steal it. But at the same time, I kind of want to get over that. I feel like that's a really selfish instinct. It's not necessarily a bad one. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people feel it, but I kind of want to get away from it because I could use YouTube to promote myself and to prove to everyone that this is how I'm doing it, to be open about it, say like you can do this stuff too, like it's way more DIY and way less mystical than you think it is. But I'm not quite over that hurdle yet. We'll see. Convince me. So here are the panels. The plywood panels themselves that I'm going to be adhering all of those oak strips to, the boards, strips, whatever. Why did I film this on? This camera quality is incredible. Uh, ow. Oh, ow. I put this in there because uh, there are a lot of jacks in the basement holding up the whole damn house, and it's really hard to move tools around. Especially,
Wow. Cool. Okay, guys, I figured it out. You're supposed to do this in landscape. That makes so much more sense. Wow. The future. Hello. 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 Yeah.
that's exactly what I want. So, you guys, tell me what you think about this. I mean, I'm not, you know, a comedian or anything, but let me know if this interface is a little less boring because you get to watch the super repetitive motion in my beautiful face, and you get to see how I react to myself in the computer screen, my internet friends. Well, anyway, next time you're actually going to get to see the panels as they start to come together and me putting them into where they're going to go on the house. And it's going to be beautiful and you're going to love it. So you got to come back and watch it, okay? And if anybody ever actually watches this video, please note that I'm trying very, very hard to put it on YouTube and to share it with you, but there are so many things in the way. I spent so long on Instagram trying to figure out how to make a link to YouTube. And I guess it actually makes sense because they're owned by different companies. You don't want to have advertisements for YouTube on Instagram. That wouldn't make sense. But anyway, I'm still figuring it out. So, patience, peace, love, and see you later. One last thing before you guys go, check out Dorohedoro on Netflix. It's awesome. The manga is even better. It's by Q Hayashida. It's freaking awesome. It's about this guy with this lizard head named Kaiman, his best friend Nikaido, and everything's super weird. His superpower is making everything into mushrooms. Oh yeah, and it's all about gyoza, which are freaking delicious. If you never had them, you should eat only gyoza. So, bye. It was so good. It was so good. I loved it. All right, bye.